syllable slang. Listen up, open ears, let your mind go. Prop Anonymous, y'all breaking down the dough.
Yeah. Hey, what's good, everybody? This is Propaganda Anonymous, and you are tuned in to the Prop Anon podcast. Join me as I explore topics discussed in the work of Robert Anton Wilson and interview some of the coolest people in the world. What do we talk about on the Prop Anon podcast? We talk story. We talk symbolic anthropology, crime and criminology, alternative reality games and UFOs. We talk conspiracy theory, comedy, comic books and quantum physics, liberation theology, negative theology, terrorism and music, sex, magic and drugs, psychedelics, housing and love. This is the Prop Anon podcast. Tune in.
Open your fucking ears, jackass.
From Guelph, Canada, NOAH23 has been a mainstay in the underground hip-hop scene that emerged in the early 2000s. NOAH and this whole scene has yet to receive its proper props, but I'm here to provide a little bit of that. So in this interview, we talked about his music, all the projects he's released so far in 2023. Make sure you check it out at his Bandcamp page, NOAH23.bandcamp.com. His newest one is called Vertigo, but also check out Tank Girl and Icosa Trio. We also talked about lyricism, the process of creating music, and what it takes to remain an MC soldier in the game. The life of a hip-hop MC ain't easy, folks, and NOAH23's been holding it down for years. So for that, I salute this man.
Feeling like I'm about to break out of a tiger cage, sounding like it's 98 and digging in the vinyl crate. I know the road is difficult, but I will find a way. Jumping off the fire escape, kid, I ain't trying to play. A lot of good people in this world just trying to pray at the end of the day. And hey, I think life is great, no time to waste, so I'm flying out through cyberspace, getting lost in the sauce. That's an acquired taste. Word, I heard you talk out the side of your face. Dialed up the jakes, now I be fighting the case. This is 23, God, yo, I'm hella based. Been getting money for nothing, just like it's dire straits. Society is like a giant pile full of snakes. Not a lot of them have very admirable traits. People need to practice what they preach nowadays, or get rolled up and smoke like a Bible page. This is Aquarius age, cycle phase, and I won't even flinch when I'm dying at the gate. Hell, I might even be late for my own wake. Funeral, crucified and die by the state, fried alive inside of a fiery lake, drowning at the bottom, down in a giant tidal wave. This is your last chance to really fly straight. Do you like my man Bill Gates? Catch a pie in the face, driving on the interstate, smashing all the brakes. Then it's back to the estate, placing diamonds in a safe, climbing up like the banks with the highest rate, higher than a primate that's baked off the great babe. 23.
How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good. I actually was just working on music all day, so mixing and recording and stuff.
Great to finally connect with you. I've enjoyed your music for many years. So, yo, let's just get into it, man. I mean, you got a ton of albums coming out right now, which I wanna shine some light on. You're releasing a bunch of albums in this year, right? NOAH23. It's a big year for you, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think maybe about 7 albums by the end of the year, probably.
7 albums. That's great. That's fantastic, man. Yeah. And, you've dropped some real nice collabs, man, within all that, like you got some nice track with Cool Keith. I really like the one you did with Killer Priest, man. That's a nice song.
Hell yeah. Like I really tried to up the excitement factor, the wow factor with a lot of the collabs, and work with some legends. And I was really lucky enough to do so. It just kind of was meant to be. But yeah, I definitely did a lot of work behind the scenes, networking, just, budgeting, whatnot. Yeah, it's been awesome
I worked with a lot of people on Ecositria, and I did a track with AJ Suede that just came out on Tank Girl, and definitely some super cool collabs with some legends.
Yeah, man, I really like your newest, man, or I guess it's your second newest, right? So if we go through it real quick, like from this year, you got Icosatria, which was really dope. Some really
Yeah,
cool
that's like the
songs.
main one. That's like the long centerpiece. And then the other ones are kind of like satellite releases. They're a lot shorter. They're basically all 23 minutes, give or take a few seconds.
Dope. Very nice, man. Yeah, bro. And I mean, you're all what's nice about your music is like how versatile you are, like in terms of like rhyme style and finding melodies and whatnot, and so I think that all really shows in all these releases that you have. So you have 5 released this year thus far, right?
So far, maybe 4 so far. There's the Ecositria, and then I dropped 23s, and then it was Tank Girl, and then 223. And so I think I'm about to drop the 5th one in about a week.
Nice. Dope.
So the next one is called Vertigo.
Yeah, it's very fitting for this moment in world culture and whatnot. Let's get into it, man. Like you've been on record, stating the influence that rave culture and acid culture has had in your life and on your music. Like it's shown, man, in all your releases, and it's been really dope. I'm very curious, man. What's your favorite Robert Anton Wilson book?
What's my favorite? I don't know. Maybe just the classic Illuminators trilogy, because I'm so synchronized to that book, because that's where I got my name from, was reading that book. And I had a shirt with a 23 on it, and it was 23 years after the publishing date. And I was reading the passage about Burroughs and stuff, and I was a big fan of Burroughs. So it was kind of like an epiphany moment. So probably just, I haven't read a ton of them, although I have read a little bit of Cosmic Trigger. And I used to have a compendium that he wrote called Everything is Under Control. And that's kind of like a glossary of conspiracy terms, alphabetical order. And that's a really great book as well.
Yeah, man, that is a great book, bro. It's nice how it kind of like the Everything is Under Control, how it, the way that he lays it out kind of, I found this reading, it kind of inspired me to look up the things that he was writing about and shit,
Oh,
and,
yeah, like definitely a big influence.
So you're planning 7 releases, yeah, for this year. Is all this like music already recorded and shit? Like this is all just like you're just lining it up, ready to release?
Very close. It's almost done. I pretty much finished Vertigo today. The next one after that, which I'm really excited, is the October release for Occult Trill, and it's Occult Trill Part 4. And I'm very excited for that one. It's pretty much done. I got to do a couple more songs for it, maybe about 2-3 more for Occult Trill. Okay. But that's maybe the best release that I have of the year. Like I'm kind of leaning towards that one as one of the stronger ones anyway.
Nice, man. Do you have any collabs lined up for that?
Not on the vocals, but I have some heavy hitters as far as the producers. I have Beautiful Lou out of Texas, who's worked with A$AP Rocky. And I have the dude named Pentagram. He works a lot with the Goth Boy Click guys and Curb Lagoop. And then I also have a beat by Televangel, who is a.k.a. Young God from Blue Sky Black Death. He's done a lot of amazing stuff. He did an album with AJ Suede this year. So Televangel, so many just cool tracks, and also my boy Shoop out of Guelph. So yeah, the Occult Trill project, it's basically just me. There's probably no guests on that one, but it's when I pitch down the vocals. So it's like a witch house theme album, it's a very more gothic occult influence. So I'm pretty excited to share it. And it's coming out like a week before Halloween. And yeah, if you've never heard that series, go delve into that. It's got pitch down vocals. Usually the tracks are slower. And I started that series in 2011, and there's 3 other, I was going to leave it as a trilogy because it's called Occult Trill. And then it's been a while, and I love doing that, like that aspect of my personality where I pitch down the vocals and I get into more esoteric themes. So Occult Trill 4, yeah, it's coming out October 23rd. And I love all the tapes I'm dropping this year. Like none of this is filler. I'm really trying to like make them all strong albums. And try to keep them short, which is important because nowadays people have a short attention span. So all these other albums, are just 23 minutes. So you can listen to them 10 tracks, boom, boom, boom. And you can like, you know, capture what you want out of them. They're like little art pieces. So I'm really excited to share and then I got another one. The seventh one will be with my boy Crunk Chris. And he produced all the beats on that. But yeah, I'm steady working right now. I got more stuff coming. So
Hell yeah, man. Oh yeah, I mean that shines through, man. Your work ethic right now is like top form, bro. Yeah, I've listened to, you know, the Witch House releases and whatnot, you know, and like you were kind of early on that wave as well. You know, Suicide Boys definitely blew up. You know what I mean? Like it's real cool to see, you know, how you build organically with people, you know, like from the producers and fellow MCs and whatnot to keep producing all this stuff, you know what I mean? Like all this art, you know, that takes a lot. It takes a lot of work to stay, you know, staying super focused like that. Like, you know, where's your focus coming from right now, bro? You got a reinvigorated vibe right here going into year 2023. Does it feel somewhat like magical?
it does. And I mean, I put so much intention into it, but I had the discipline. I worked really, really hard leading up to it. And I've worked hard all through the year. I've been doing shows, a bunch of shows. I played out in Montreal. I played in Toronto a couple times. I did a show last year with Buck 65. I just played with DJ Lucas. I'm out here in London, Hamilton, Peterborough, and Guelph, like doing shows all over Canada as much as I possibly can. But yeah, the main driving factor I try to just keep me creative is to be somewhat focused. And I'm mostly I'm just very sober. I'm not dealing with any hard drugs and nothing like that. So I try to stay balanced with a nice positive lifestyle where I'm eating somewhat healthy and I'm staying exercising. And, you know, I may get drunk or I may go out to a rave or like, you know, I may do this or that. But as a whole, I try to keep my life cohesive and on track, and making music consistently is a part of that. I wake up yesterday, 8 a.m., made a new track. Today, 8 a.m., made a new track. Today, I was in the studio like 10 hours, just working nonstop. I just don't think people realize the amount of time that you have to put in. And I'm willing to put in the time day in and day out and just make the videos, shoot the videos, edit the videos, plan the tracks, email to other people, master the tracks, send the tracks, upload everything, do the artwork, boom, boom. It really is overwhelming. But I just try to take it like a few steps at a time. You will get overwhelmed if you think about everything. And I just stay with my blinders on, you know, so I wake up and I work on something. A lot of people say that, and it's good advice. Whatever that day you may be in the mood to record, you may be in the mood to write. You may be in the mood to just do the graphics or the emails. And, you know, I just try to go with the flow, and whatever mood I'm in that day, I try to accomplish at least something a little bit forward. So, and at the end of the day, next year, hey, I might slack a little bit, but this was 2023, and 23 is a big part of my legacy and everything. And I wanted the fans to have something to remember, and I want people to know that I'm striving toward excellence with the consistency. It's just about being consistent, and yeah, I'm just lucky to be alive, and I'm lucky to be here doing music, and I have a lot of open ears, and it's super cool. So I want people to know I'm working hard. You know, I'm not just trying to put out music for nothing. Like, this is all stuff I think about every day. I work hard on it. So
yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, it shines through indeed. And I'm just curious, man, what is your you know, your process right now in terms of technically, right? Like, so you wake up 8 a.m. You have just the sort of, do you record into Audition to like get a scratch track down? Do you bring that to the studio? What sort of hardware are you working with these days?
I have a simple setup. I record at home. That way, you know, I'm just in my zone. My setup is definitely, I need coffee and a ganja, right? So it's fueled by a lot of coffee and weed. Also, I write a lot of lyrics. So a lot of time I'm going to have my stash vault of lyrics. And then a lot of time I'm going to write on the spot and write in the studio. And a lot of time I'm going to freestyle the song. So I actually have different methods. And I utilize the different methods depending on the vibe, what the song is, my inspiration. But yeah, I definitely keep lyrics in the vault, and that can come handy if I'm doing some features or if I just am doing something that the rhythm, it's about the rhythm. If the flow fits with the lyrics or the concept, I can go through my book and see. But yeah, I was actually arrested earlier this year, and that was a kind of it was a dampering on 2023. Fortunately, everything, all the charges were dropped. But the police stole my rhymes. They took my rhyme book because they thought it was crime enterprise stuff, but it was just my lyrics. So I got it back. But that was kind of crazy. I lost a lot of my rhymes at that point.
That's insane, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
But yeah, my workflow in the morning, I just try to get up. Honestly, sometimes I might lay down a song and it comes out really quick. It might be the first take, the early take. And then other times I straight up do 100 takes, and I may keep like the top takes at the time and see which ones sound good, and I'll keep a few, and sometimes I'll go back and listen to which ones I like the best. But yeah, I don't really punch in a lot. Unless I'm trying to punch in. Like I did a new song, Babytron, and that song I kind of freestyled and I did all punch-ins. It's because that's the way the young cats, they rap nowadays. They do a lot of punch-ins and it overlaps. It's like intentional punch-in. So I did that song, was super cool. But yeah, honestly, when I record, it can be a lot of things. If I'm singing, I might have to do a lot of overdubs, a lot of like layers, a lot of layering, or, some tracks are more minimal, some are more involved. It kind of just depends on the song. But yeah, mostly it's just getting in the mood. You got to get in the mood for the song of the day,
Yeah, bro. Well, like let's talk hardware though, bro. Like what are you using, man? I'm curious about that. You gotta,
I'm not really I'm not like a tech head. I'm not really like that. So I just have my Focusrite, my microphone, my software. I'm using the old school Acid, like for my my DAW or whatever you call it. So yeah, it's a real simple. I still use Cool Edit, Acid, and really old school, just with the mic and everything. But lately I've been wanting to add some electric guitar. I'm gonna start playing some electric guitar over some of my songs, I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's pretty apparent, man, the musicality behind just the delivery of the rhymes and stuff, like once people really start deconstructing like lyricism, the grooves that really dope MCs catch, like it's like little micro grooves within like a couple bars, you know what I mean? There's like a little rhythm and then it's like it switches up again. And I mean, that's the great thing about listening to great MCs, man, of which I consider you one. There's music popping off like in every short, section of a rhyme and whatnot, and
right. It's like jazz. I mean, I take a lot from the greats, like all respect due to Mike and Nine and a lot of the legendary MCs who paved the way that I look up to, who have amazing syllable cadence and amazing flow. And I do think of it honestly like a jazz solo, guitar solo, more of it in a musical way. I definitely think about flow like that, whether it's simple, slow, fast, whatever it may be. I was born in Mississippi, so I'm a blues man, jazz man, like in my heart, so.
I feel like a lot of that Project Blowed became, that Good Life Cafe became a huge source of inspiration for like that whole, hip hop scene at that time, and it's always cool seeing how all these different scenes integrated great music from New York, Cali, and then how all this stuff popped off, you know what I mean? And then how it took root in a place like Guelph, which you mentioned is like considered the music city, so that's really dope too, to meditate on that, about how just like the music gets born, you know what I mean? And like you did great things with it, man. It did a good, like, it's real cool to hear how you've integrated your influences into something that you've been doing for a minute now, man, and holding it down. So much respect to you, bro.
Yeah. I think being a genuine fan of the art form and the culture, it comes in super handy, because a lot of people may have a superficial appreciation of hip hop music and of the art form. And, you can go, you might get kind of far that way, but at the end of the day, I'm like a rapper's rapper. I really, I love the art form and the culture. So that's what's up.
So you're hitting the road, man. Do you ever hit the States and stuff like that?
I mean, yeah. I'm originally American, so it's usually easy for me to go. Like I say, I dealt with an arrest this year, which now is no problem, but that kind of threw a monkey wrench into things. But I'm still hoping to be back to the States to perform soon as I can. Really, I was working on something in Vegas, maybe. I like to play on the West Coast, Phoenix, Seattle, Portland. Definitely love the West Coast. Probably have the best reception out there. Maybe Denver type of thing. So maybe I can do a run, something like that. That's kind of my plan, my hopes right at the moment. But we'll have to see. These promoters got to book me and bring me out.
That's right, man. You heard that. Promoters, man. NOAH23 holding it down for years. Yeah, brother. Tap in, man. He's, at the top of his game, for real. NOAH23, man. Thank you very much, bro. So, where can people hear your music, man? Where's everything happening?
The best place is probably Bandcamp. If you can support or make a donation that way. And you can also buy my merch. That's the most direct way to buy my merch. I got t-shirts, vinyl, cassette, CD, everything, and box sets too. If you want to grab everything in one cheaper box set, you can get digital releases. That's the best way. But the music's all over all the main, wherever you listen, Apple, Spotify, of course, whatever you like to consume it with. But hit me up for vinyl for sure. Would definitely love to send out some more records. Ikoshi Tria vinyl. So shout out to El Granny Records out of Texas. They produced up the wax. So
dope, man. Is that through the website or that's just through all these different websites?
Yeah, you can get it. Just go to my Bandcamp page. That's the best way to stay tuned on all the new music. But, check out everything. SoundCloud, you might hear something rare, something like that. And definitely check my YouTube because I've been running a lot of cool videos. I love music videos and I love releasing them. So check those out, too.
Dope. Cool. Noah, thank you very much, bro.
No problem. We'll have to do it again. And we talk about the 23s and everything like that.
Yes, sir. That's what it is. All right, cool, man. NOAH23. Check them out.
Butterfly stomper from the yellow submarine. Riddle the enigma 23. 23 Anunnaki, the Captain Clark B. Roll it in the same alley as the Big Lebowski. 23 axioms in Euclidean geometry. Club 23 hop in Toronto, pop by pondering with wandering words. It's a weird world, check the weather. W sucker, that's the 23rd letter. It has 2 points down, 3 points up, and check it, man. Disintegration and chaos. 23rd hexagram in the I Ching. Real things that you never heard before. I'm bad to the bone. I got 23 vertebra. Word 'em up, bro. 2 plus 3 is the law. 5, arm, leg, arm, head, God cipher divine. Pure facts, the Earth's axis sits at a 23.5 degree angle, as seen on the t-shirt of Tank Girl. Unbelievable raps and rugged rhymes. Ask Caesar, he got stabbed 23 times. The ambulance is coming now, backwards to the rescue. Reporting live from Network 23, it's Max Headroom. The Guelph City, downtown Macdonell. 46 chromosomes, paired in somatic cells. T to the W-E-N-T, Y-T-H-R and a double E. It's the butterfly stomper from the yellow submarine. Riddle the enigma 23. 23 Kabbalistic cosmic confusion tomorrow.
You've been listening to the Anon podcast on the fucking internet.